in case you wonder why my hands are gonna be like this, in case I do a reading soon, that's why. But they're really good. Yay, we got a cherry. And another one. This baby's really growing. Woohoo! Hello. Hello my loves, welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is all about your love life in 2021 for the rest of the year. The reading's already pre-shuffled and came up really very full of information. It was really hard to pick on some of it, so I hope you can still resonate and follow it up. Let's see how this works. But as you may have noticed already, we're outdoors. We're actually outdoors. The reason for that is because I'm not actually in my usual setting. I'm actually outside in the countryside and probably gonna stay here for a bit. So let me know what you think about the setting. I thought it would be relaxing to do it outside, at least for you. For me, when I was doing the readings, I had like bugs crawling on me, which is cute, but still, it was distracting. I had mosquitoes biting. That was not cute, and it was distracting. But yeah, we'll get used to it, and hopefully you like it. But yeah, we have 4 groups to choose from today. And for those who are new to this channel, to this concept of pick a card readings, the way it works is that you have a couple of groups to choose from, and then just try to see which pile perhaps, or crystal, or number of the pile is attracting your attention the most. And once you're done choosing your pile, you can scroll into the comment section below or to the description box, and you will find the timestamps that correspond to your group that you chose, and learn all about your love life in 2021 until the end of it, at the very least, from the moment that you're watching it in 2021. But yeah, that's being said, let's introduce the piles. And also forgive my manicure, which doesn't exist, because I've been eating some some berries and they leave a very nice shade to the nails, apparently. Whoops. But yeah, we have group number 1 with a carnelian. We have group number 2 with amazonite. We have group number 3 with rose quartz. And we have group number 4 with crystal. Oh, that was a bird. With clear quartz. Yeah, I told you it's a little bit distracting because there's a lot happening outside here. Okay, no need to rush. You can pause the video if you like to, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with group number 1. Hello, group number 1s. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose the carnelian stone here, then this is your reading about your love life for the next half a year. Now, you might have seen that this is a little bit of a different setting. If you missed the intro, just a quick kind of summary what's happening. We're outside in nature, so we're gonna hear birds in the back, we're gonna see maybe some bugs crawling around. There's, I think this part is even like spiderweb. Anyways, so yeah, we're using the resources we have right now, but I hope it still works and it's kind of relaxing for you guys. But yeah, the way this reading is going to go, we're going to have a look into your next 5 months that is left. It depends, of course, on when you're watching this, but since I'm shooting this video in July, we're looking at August, September, October, November, and December, and every month what is going to be happening in your love life. So that's being said, we're shuffling today on camera, and we're going to start right now. So, group number 1, your love life for the next half a year. Okay. So I'm getting a vibe here of getting over something, and that mainly happens from starting from, this August, September, for October until, oops, there is a, wait a second. Anyways, ignore the bugs. I said that this could happen. But anyways, I see something happening from, like you're recovering from something, starting from October, transiting to December. In December, you're feeling confident. In November, you have done this transition already. there is a pretty strong and confident decision that you had to make within this next 2 months that are coming, if you're watching this in July. So the Justice card can indicate some really like just weighting your option and making like decisions. In this case, it does indicate to me, it speaks to me more about decision making and about kind of really, really strongly deciding on something that didn't serve you right. So it could be that perhaps you were in a toxic relationship or something that just didn't really work out in your favor. And it feels like you're going to focus more on yourself. I do even feel a career vibe here, but we're going to see a bit more with the cards. And then I see you kind of recovering, because with the Nine of Swords, it's mainly about thoughts, negative thoughts, you know, like just not being able to cope with things and thinking about all the time about this negative moments, worrying. It's basically worry. But in reverse, it talks to me about recovering. And we have the Page of Swords, which talks about kind of like going forward to the future, while glimpsing on the past, kind of like, you know, learn the lessons from it and just moving on. And I see you like being this King of Swords in the end of the year, being very decisive and very like over it. So there might be a situation that right now kind of has its ups and downs, and I do see you focusing more on yourself and kind of being more kind of, you know, cutting off the things that really don't serve you right. I'm looking at the swords, definitely cutting off something that really doesn't serve you right. So I'm going to add you a card underneath each of the tarot, and we'll see more information about each of the months. So, second chakra. Rest and rejuvenation. The thinking woman, which, yeah, underneath the Nine of Swords kind of fits really well. The patience, again, about moving forward, as I said, that takes time. And Angel of Strength, we have strength twice here. And I do see you being very strong here. Also, if you look at the back of the deck, we have the third chakra, and on the front we have the sun. So those changes that you're doing in your own favor, they're very, very optimistic and very positive to you. Like they're really beneficial to you. And I do see you being very confident. Like this is with the strength in the third chakra here with the solar plexus chakra. It makes me think that you're going to be very kind of like collected. That's the word I'm getting here, but in a good sense, as in like you're focusing on yourself and your own happiness. And that's why we have the sun on the back of the deck. So let's go one by one here, and we'll see what else. Like we'll see the details here. So in August, there might have been a connection that you felt very attracted to, because the second chakra talks about attraction, sexual attraction. So it could be that there was a connection and you just had to make a decision. So I think August is very prominent for you to make a decision about this connection, whether you want it or not. And I do see you cutting off from this person most likely, because I think you need to collect your strength, because we have the strength underneath, we have the rest and the rejuvenation, which makes me think about kind of taking time to rejuvenate, because it also makes it into one. If you look at this, like 1 and 9, rejuvenate, get your strength back. And well, the Nine of Swords, which we're right now looking at October, talks about exactly the thinking person. So I do think, regardless of a gender, you have thought about this matter a lot. And even though you make a solid decision, I do think that you will have to recover from like completely, you know, not thinking about this matter, because it's sometimes, oh, there's the wind. I hope you're able to hear something. But whichever situation we're trying to cut off from our life that doesn't serve us right, we always need time so our brain can also get used to the situation, not just, you know, our bodies like separating, like making physical decisions about it, but also like our minds need to find their peace. And that's what happens in October. I feel that you're going to be kind of changing your mindset with this butterfly here. It speaks to me that you're going to be changing your mindset. You're going to be letting go of those thoughts and worries that were before. And with the patience here, I do think it talks about the fact that you're, that, you know, all this patience, all this work that you did kind of pays off, and you're kind of able to move on finally. And then we have the Angel of Strength. So you're finishing the year feeling very strong and feeling these inner changes, which are very beneficial. If I have to describe the energy that I'm feeling here, is that you're very collected and very clear-minded. Like there is no worries here, at least even if there are, they're so not strong comparison to how they were before. And like they're so light. It might be like one thought in a million hours, basically, which basically it feels to me that you are very collected here. You're very rejuvenated and kind of ready to start new. So the most like recovering months would be the last 3 months of this year for you. Okay, let's add more cards. Maybe we see more clarity. So, okay, there were too many cards, so we're not gonna take that. Just let's get you one card again underneath August. The soulmates, okay. Then we have, oh no, you hear dogs, great. Okay. Another message that I'm getting right now, in case, another message I'm getting here is that it could be that this connection needs time. It could be that this connection needs time, but, okay, time to go and blessed on one side and the other side of the deck. Okay. Yeah, there is some sort of element of backing off. This patience could also talk about the fact that you just need some time apart. For some of you, I'm not sure how many of you, because there's a lot of you guys watching this, but for some of you, this could indicate that there is a time in between. There is a time in between that you have just to go through some sort of recovery. This relationship might actually come back if you allow it to be, and if you feel and you resonate with this information, because I'm getting this right now. It might come back later, but once you have found yourself and kind of like, you know, set your boundaries and what you want and not. Because maybe you were giving in too much before. I feel like maybe you were too much given to this person. That's not a way to say it. Maybe you were given too much, basically. That's how it feels here. And I do feel like you're more collected and solid by the end of the year. And with this young energy here, and I know I'm going like in very random order, but just bear with me. But yeah, in the end, we have this rejuvenation, this new beginning. So it could refer also to you, like finding your own self, basically kind of getting back on track and feeling stronger and more committed to your own self than ever before. But also it could indicate just beginnings of a sort. So I do feel, if I have to be honest, because we're only doing it until the end of the year, but I do feel like there's somebody coming back, or in your life, it could be a new person too, but in the beginning, in the first parts of the next year. So we don't have it here. So if you're interested in that, we're going to have a look into that way later in your love life 22, sorry. But for now, I do see that there is a time that you need apart from this person. Either way, apart, or you're just cutting them off. It depends on your situation, because I'm getting both messages here. So it means that it depends on your situation. But back to August. Soulmates. It could be that this person is actually your soulmate. So if you felt that this person is your soulmate, it could be. But as I say often in my videos, for everything there is a perfect timing. So perhaps in this case, you were just meant to learn certain lessons before you come again together. Because for every union, there is a perfect timing, so the union can be prosperous and good. So there is like maybe lessons that need to be learned before that. On the second month from now, that's September, with the Imagine here, I do think you're gonna have a lot of self-reflection of what you really want. Like you'll try to imagine perhaps the future that you want together, because we have the number 2 here, maybe like the partner, how you want this relationship to be, or the future relationship to be. And I feel like you're really freed by October, like you're really freed with the Poised card here. It makes me think that you're really rejuvenated, you're really feeling good. It really feels like you're freed from all those heavy thoughts, all these burdens. And yeah, I think what happens then after the next month is that you're getting into maybe even a new community. It could be that you're focusing, as I said before, on your career. There was a message like this before, on your career, or in the very least like on your own affairs in life, basically. You're going to try to take control of your own life instead of giving too much to the person. Because for some of you, I do feel like that was the case. I feel like before this month, you were giving or thinking or just being too attached to this person. And I think that just there was needed a time apart, because you had to find your own strength and understand perhaps what serves you better and not. Now, as I said before, I do feel like this person might be coming back. There is a possibility for that, yes. For others, it could be that you're meeting a new person, but there is some sort of connection happening. Probably, in the first parts of next year. That's 2022. Okay, what else can we see with the community coming back to this one? The community makes me think about like you being more engaged in your community, kind of focusing on your own life. Here we see more with self-focus and kind of like a hint of something new beginning for you later on. Plus you being rejuvenated and kind of like finding your own passion, fire. So there's a lot of self-progress here, but that's a positive thing, because that way you're going to be able to attract the best relationship that serves you right. Also, don't take it as written in stone, because this is reading on your current energy. So anytime anything can change, you have the power to attract anything you want into your life. That's how the manifestation also works. But for now, what we see is that there is a time apart from this person. They might come back, or a new person might come back into your life. All right, let's have a look into extra information, and maybe I'm gonna shuffle you after this another message. I have a lot of cards now. I really want to use all of them, but I don't know how because we already have a lot. Anyways, we'll see. Okay, let's see any extra information that we can see about this connection, and then yeah, make the effort. This one just wanted to come in. Honeymoon. The honeymoon makes me think about some sort of rejuvenation or relaxation, to be fair. It says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, but at the same time it makes me think maybe in this case it talks more about just enjoying the time of rejuvenating on your own of a sort. Now, make the effort. I do feel like it refers to the other person. Now, this is a message that I'm getting. I'm not sure if it's going to resonate for everyone, but just let the other person make the effort. I think maybe you were trying too hard in this relationship, so just back off a little bit from the situation and focus on yourself. This is what a message I'm getting here, because let the other person kind of show their feelings, because sometimes we're oh my God, there's a really annoying fly here and it really distracts me. Back to the message. Because sometimes we actually try too hard and we don't allow the other person to show their feelings, and we cannot really be sure then if they're feeling what they're feeling, or it's just all in our head. So I think in this case, like, taking time to yourself, figuring things out for yourself is a really good solution for this particular situation based on your current energies. This way the person can actually try and make the effort, because I think you were really given before, like you were really giving a lot, and there is a time for a little bit of self-discovery and self-rejuvenation. And I really am curious to see what's going to happen later, but we are looking until the end of this year, so we're going to stick to that. Because I'm getting like really interested in new beginnings here. Because here I feel like you're so wholesome, you're so confident and collected. Like there's just this feeling of wholesomeness here. And a hint for something new happening. I'm really curious, but we're going to have a look at it in the videos in the future. So feel free to drop by in a couple of months. But yeah, let the other person make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I feel like this refers to the other person, to be fair. And honeymoon refers to just taking time to rejuvenate, to time to yourself, basically. Do I want to take you one more card? Yes, I want to take you one more card. Why not? Okay, let's see any extra messages. I'm just gonna shuffle this deck here. I really rarely use it, but it's a very good deck, actually. It's a gorgeous deck. The art is amazing, but it depends on your intuition. It's very... The Gardener. Okay, so the Gardener. Also in the back we have the Butterfly Garden. Again, the garden. And on the other side we have the keys in the tree. So I think, if this person is meant to be with you, they will not go anywhere. So you might be thinking, perhaps, like at this point of time, for some of you, it could be a message that if you take this time to yourself, you might lose the person. That is not the case. If they're to be with you, they will come back to you. Or they will be with you in the perfect timing. And sometimes these pauses are needed because we need to... we just need to learn some lessons so the relationship can be built in a healthy type of way in the future. The Gardener makes me think exactly about that, actually, about kind of... It's really interesting how, like, you look at this person and you look all of those windows. It's like a building. This person's like a building. So I do feel like you have to build yourself. Okay, that's not something I want. Like, it's not how I want it to sound like. But anyways, the Gardener always makes me think, whenever the Gardener card comes through, it makes me think about self-progress of a sort, about kind of focusing on yourself, like some sort of progress ongoing. In this case, since it focuses on yourself, on you so much, I do feel like, this is an extra message again, that just let yourself blossom, and all the good things will come in perfect timing. Yeah. There's also extra messages for this one, so wait, I think I'm gonna just read them to you. This is 27, right? Yeah, because this deck is very intuitive, but there are also really nice messages sometimes here, so I just want to read that to you. Okay, the Gardener. Non-judgment, acceptance, self-compassion. Self-compassion. Focus on yourself. Standing proud in a lush green garden, a woman holds a growing bulb in her arms. 2 small houses spring from the plant, and her skirt is transformed into a house. Next page. She is the gardener of her soul, the caretaker of her home. Her feelings are the flowers of her garden. By taking care of herself, she keeps growing stronger. Stronger. We have strength. Yeah. But sometimes uninvited guests invade the garden, intruders like jealousy or shame. If we recognize this as neither good nor bad, but something to be investigated and accepted, we can treat ourselves with compassion and keep blooming. Okay, non-judgment, acceptance. Maybe you've been too harsh on yourself, to be honest. Another message that could be here for some of you is that perhaps you were comparing a lot. So if you didn't see the response from the person before, like you felt that you were giving so much and you didn't receive the right response, it could be that, there might be some negative thoughts about why is that? Like some self-doubt too could be here, or some comparison perhaps to other people too. Maybe you compare yourself to other people's relationships too. That is another message for some of you. But yeah, definitely self-progress, self-compassion. This is a big message for you guys. And I do honestly feel that there is something coming in the first parts of the next year. So stay tuned for that, because I really get this message really strongly. And I really want to spoil it up and look at it. But we're going to stick to the program that we're looking only until the end of the month. All right, I think that's all I can see for you, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you were able to resonate. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. Also, feel free to subscribe and like if you feel like it, of course. It really helps the channel, you know it. It really motivates me to create more content for you. But that's it for now. Let me know what you think about this outdoors setting. If it's something that you like, if it's relaxing or not. Because I'll be doing it probably for a couple of days or weeks, because I'm probably going to stay outside for a little bit now at the countryside area. But yeah, thank you for dropping by. Hope you enjoyed the reading, and I'll be seeing you in the next readings. Bye! Hello, group number 2s. If you chose the Amazonite stone here, then this is your reading about your love life and what's going to be happening in your love life for the next half a year. So we're right now in July 2021. That means if you're watching from July 2021, that talks about your August, September, October, November, and December, 5 months ahead. Depending on when you clicked on this video, that counts from the month that is ahead of you, or at that point of time that you clicked it this year. But it's very specific for this year, yes. Okay, that's being said, we're shuffling camera, and we're gonna go from August, September, like all the way to the end of the year, and see what is happening in your romantic life for each month. Okay. Interesting. On the back we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Pentacles on the other side. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. Let me just also arrange this. Nine of Pentacles, the Moon in reverse. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Fool and the Ace of Wands. So what does this make me think? First thing first, I do feel like you're kind of focused more on your career in August, or at the very least your career in August is more prominent, so that's what it pops up even in the romantic reading. Then we have the Moon in September. So the Moon in September, the Moon in reverse is a good thing to get. It means that there's going to be some sort of clarity about a situation that you worked on quite hard for before, because since it's next to the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands makes me think about something that you really put effort in, something you worked hard on. So if I had to describe what's happening, basically just an overall summary, and then we're going to go to your months more detailed. What I'm seeing here is that there is some sort of development happening in the next half a year, and it has to do with something that you kind of worked on before. Maybe it didn't even work on before, like it didn't work, or maybe there was a pause, or there was not enough clarity. So you receive some sort of knowledge, some sort of information, and then things kind of just progress from there. Also, there is some sort of opportunity coming your way in November, December, and it takes part in December. I think even transits in the next year. So what does that all mean? Let me add more cards and we'll see. But first thing first, now because I think you're going to be feeling very comfortable, there's finances involved here. So I do feel like you're going to feel very, very comfortable with your finances. Or it could also be that you're tied up in one place at that point of time. But we'll see. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, we have finances here a lot. All right. It could be also that your romantic life has something to do with your career environment at that point of time. But yeah, definitely we see hard work paying off so far. Whatever that is, but we're going to have a look in it a bit later. Don't freak out, because I was getting a message here with the walking away that there might be a journey involved. The Fool can be about taking, like, you know, these new adventures, these new opportunities, as I said before, and it can be also that you're taking a leap of faith in terms of like doing something very unusual, maybe getting out of your environment. There is something new happening, like there is something that you will have to plan for. And we have the indecision in the back. There's a decision to be made. And the first chakra, which is chakra of, yeah, desire, basically. Which makes me instantly think that, obviously, the chakra of desire, we have the Ace of Wands. So some sort of relationship wisely influence is going to be making you replan something, but in a positive direction. I do feel like it. Let me add more cards and we'll see more. And then we're going to go one by one into each of the months. Okay. A lot about decisions, and I do not think it actually goes by the same sequence here, but we'll just go with that. Observer, co-create, happy. For some reason I think it goes in a different sequence, but in any case the message is quite the same. All right. There is one thing I would love to get you in for this one, but we'll get to it later. So, okay, so here's the thing. Somehow about your working environment, either you're focusing a lot on your work in the beginning of the sequence of the month, so basically August. It feels like you're maybe your financial situation is getting better, regeneration we see here. Somehow practically, your practical environment improves around you. Also, we see inflow of money, so there is two messages, and I do see you getting like pretty secure on your feet. So August, September, there is a security like that you get in terms of monetary goods or some sort of physical goods around you. Quality of life can improve too. Then some things start to come into light. So perhaps in September, because we have both career and romance here, but in September and in October, I see some sort of progress happening and some sort of decision that you will have to make. There's going to be two stages of this point. And two stages to this situation. So first, you have to make a decision about something in September, October. Possibly, maybe if you want to let somebody in from the past or somebody new, but there's some sort of like more mental involved decision, and then in the end it's more of a like physical kind of decision. I know it's not very specific. I'll go to specifics in a bit, but yeah, so we're now in October and things start to pay off. So I think both career and romance, I think since the career came through and the money here, like the value came through with the material value came through with in a romantic reading, I think they're going to be going back to back in this situation. Like they're going to be like going alongside, parallel, your love life and your career. And I do feel like the next months are going to be very prominent, very good for you in terms of your career. Also, I do feel like you're going to be faced with a choice in September or October. Now it's different for everyone, just take what resonates, obviously. But yeah, and I do think you're going to take your time to evaluate the situation, because something comes into light, something that you've been working on before. There might be a new offer, a possibility, an opportunity, and you will take your time to observe it and think, and double check if you really want to do it or not, because maybe you kind of thought it worked before, but it didn't, and now you have to and maybe there is a similar situation where you right now, like, you don't want to get your hopes up, basically. That's what I'm thinking here. And that's why you take your time to observe it. That's a really, really wise thing to do. Then we have the Fool with the walking away and the co-create. All right, so this makes me think that actually you might be going on a journey. This might be a physical relocation of a sort. Also, this person we're looking at right now could be from your working environment too. Yeah, they could be from your working environment. For those, I'm getting a message for those who are in a relationship, because we're basically so far looked at it as a singles reading. For those who are in a relationship, it could be that your finances and overall like stability and security in life goes really well, August, September, and then it feels like maybe you make some decisions within the relationship that maybe you waited for a long time, or you wanted them to happen, and they finally happened, but you really don't believe it at first. You take your time to observe how the person will behave. And then it could be that you're taking a new chance in your relationship, something new. It could be like a lot of things. Honestly, there's a lot of energy here, but it could be that you're going on a vacation. For some of you, it could be that you're taking next stage in your journey of being together. Because there is some sort of planning happening. So in the end, you finish the year basically in December. There is some new passion happening, new beginnings. Now, there is 3 messages, so take what resonates. For those who are single and you don't see yourself being in a relationship in August, September, October, because there's also a lot of finances here involved. So it could be that you're focusing on your own well-being. For those people, you're meeting a new person in the end of the year. November, December, those are the rough dates when you're meeting this person, and you can see a progress and you can see the future with this person, and at least like you see that this is going somewhere because we have the strategy. So you will start thinking on how to build a relationship with this person step by step. Basically, this person that comes in, it's not just like a one-night stand. What I'm trying to say is somebody who you would consider to have a relationship with, and you start like kind of seeing and planning the future, possibly. The future as in like, dating, being in a relationship, depends on your situation. But you're going to be very happy. So there is like a passion, there's a lot of passion, there is a lot of recognition of something new. There is like promising future happening here. And like you're very, very happy. I do feel like December is a very... is it a time when all of this kind of like choices that you made within the next which you make within the next 5 months, I feel like November, December, they're kind of happening, or the planning stage is happening, and then in the beginning of the next year it starts. So for those who are in a relationship, I do see that you're getting more bonded. There is some sort of new stage of relationship happening, some planning of a sort that maybe, I wouldn't say you're moving houses because we would have a different setting here, but then it's a general reading, so it's hard to say. But something that requires you planning and something new within your relationship that you're really happy about, passionate about. But the co-create could be that you're just starting a new hobby together, which is very, very low in comparison to what the energies I'm feeling here. It must be something more major than just a hobby together or something. Anyways, in any case, it could be a trip that you're taking. It could be that you're moving to a new place. That is a possibility. In any case, there's some sort of progress happening for which you start planning. And in 2022, you will see this execution happen, like this plan, these decisions. There's going to be a lot of decisions happening in the next couple of months. So, once again, for the singles of you that you don't see yourself in a relationship or don't have a person in your mind, there's a lot about career and your well-being in the next months. And then you meet a person by the end of the year, November, December. For others, it could be that you already had a person, yet again you focus on yourself, but I do see that that things kind of work out with this person, and there's some sort of promise and beginnings happening. I'm planning for the future again in the end of the year. If you are in a relationship, there is again some sort of progress happening, decisions to be made in between. Obviously, you're much more secure within this relationship in terms of if you're living together already and you're like have your shared finances, for instance, you are already like pretty secure in this position in August and September, so you're doing pretty well financially. And there is some sort of new development happening for you in the end of the year, which before that you had choices to be made. I feel like there's 2 choices to be made. One, as I said before, in October, and then another one later on in the end of the year. It's more practical, the choice that you make in the end of the year, and the one before, it's more like you give it a chance and you observe where it's heading towards to. Now, whichever situation resonates in your head when you hear this, because there's a lot of energy here. I think there's going to be a couple of events happening, and there's not just love involved here. There is also career. Yeah, there's also career. For those who are not sure about your finances, there might be a rejuvenation of a sort, like some sort of rejuvenation in your financial situation. I think August is very prominent for you financially. With this tied up, don't be freaked out about this card. I do feel that this actually makes me think of a security, It's really weird. But for those who resonate with the relationship, who are in a relationship already, it's also can talk about the fact that you're just bonding more. And the regeneration could talk about more strong bonding here, because it's physical energy. It could talk about like, you know, more practical aspect of your relationship, like you get more bonded, as in like maybe you start living together, spending more time together, maybe the person is more committed. Take it as it resonates. But the finances are still a prominent thing in the first part of this next half a year. Well, next 5 months, basically. But yeah. What else can I see for you? There might be a trip. I really want to get you one card for here. There is, this deck really screams out to me right now, so I'm just going to use its help. Okay. I'm just going to shuffle you one card from this deck to each of the months, and we'll see what else is prominent here. So let's start with August. Group number 2, August. What is very prominent for you? A pleasant letter. That's nice. Then let's see October. The birds. Just gonna get you a moment to listen to them. I think it's quite relaxing, I don't know. September. Okay, work occupation, that makes sense with the money here. Oh, this one. Okay, so before I freaked out of the prison, let's go one by one. I didn't want to talk because there's a nice birds in the back, so maybe you enjoy this. Anyways, this is beautiful. I'm thinking of them. So for August, we have the extra information of pleasant letter. So you could be receiving a lot of pleasant news by then. There is some sort of news that you receive with this clarity here happening. So it could be, it depends on, of course, on your situation. It could be August, it could be September, it could be October. Like it's kind of, it's mainly either way. I would say August or September, end of September. But anyways, there we have work occupation. That makes sense with this door to value of a sort, with these money coming here all of a sudden. We have the little child. Now the little child, well, I'm not sure if that's, it could be a message for some of you. If you're in a relationship and you're trying to get it pregnant, that could be the news that you're getting, basically, perhaps. And that's why this change all of a sudden happens of direction, because I feel like there is a change of direction here. So yeah, if you're trying to get pregnant, you might get a child. Other than that, it's a very specific message. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it out. Other than that, it could be just I think it just was a specific message for that situation, because I'm not getting any other messages. All right, with the receiving a gift, with the co-create, the walking away, and so there is something happening in November. There is this new opportunity stepping in, and the receiving gift could be something like, for those in a relationship, or even for those maybe in a relationship, it could be that you're going on a trip. With the receiving a gift could also be that this refers to something pleasant that is happening and takes place and gets like in action by the end of the year, whichever decision is made here. But it could be also a trip, because we have walking away here, and the Fool and the co-create. Yeah. Now the prison here, don't be really like, we have really optimistic cards here, and the prison it's not always what it looks like. The prison usually makes me think about all tied up here, so it makes me more think about more security of a sort. So I think, as I said before, there's going to be more security in a relationship, whichever situation you resonate with, whether you're in a relationship or you're with somebody, you have somebody in mind, or you don't even have anybody in mind. With the prison situation, I think, as unoptimistic as it sounds, the prison makes me think about somewhere where you can't escape, but in a positive sense, because we have a positive message here, and we have the journey here, the strategy, sorry. So that makes me think that there is going to be some sort of commitment, at least plan for commitment. So there's definitely something happening that makes you that kind of, it could be even by surprise for those who were not even focusing on your relationships at that point of time. It could be by surprise that all of a sudden you see yourself being trapped in emotions with this person, that you kind of start thinking really about the future with them. The rich girl, obviously your financial situation looks really good. I know you're here for love reading, but we get a lot of financial situations here with the work occupation here with the rich girl. Whatever your gender is, it doesn't matter. It refers to the fact that you're going to be in a pretty, I do feel like it refers to you, and I do feel like you're going to be very, very secure. I do feel like there's the security of a sort ongoing, and unexpected money. So yeah, there's a lot of energies here. It's hard to tell. There's mix of love and money, but things just get clear. One big message for all of you, regardless of your situation: your financial or your life security, your life quality is going to be very secure and nice from August, and probably transiting through the entire year, basically until the end. But it just pops up probably in the beginning because maybe things get sorted out, because we have the regeneration here in the Pleasant Letter. Maybe they get sorted out in the beginning of August, or some sort of in August. We have work, occupation, receiving a gift, and expected money. So your financial situation is going to be pretty good, I think, throughout the entire time. We also have messages about something passionate happening. Oh my god, something passionate happening. And yeah, something you're going to be very happy about. So there could be a relationship for some of you starting in the end of the year. For others, it could be just a relationship progressing in a very positive direction, and some sort of more commitment or more planning is involved for some reason. Children, a very small message. It could be that if you were planning for a child, this is what is the case. So mental information, you receive information mentally here, made a decision, and here you physically plan for it. And since the child is in between those situations, it could be that some of you, for a very minority of you, but still, if you are resonating with this, it could be that there is news of pregnancy here, and then kind of planning for the future here. All right, yeah, finances are good, security is good. There is definitely romantic vibes happening, like more clarity in the situation. You receive more clarity, that's one message for sure. You receive some sort of information in September, October. Okay, August, September, October, those months. In between those months, there is some sort of information that you receive. And then you kind of like things that you worked on before pay off. And I feel like it refers both to romance and both to your financial situation. Yeah. And there's much more to come in next year, so drop by for the next year's video, because I will be making also, well, in a few months, not now, but in a few months from now, I'm going to be making videos about 2022, so drop for that, because I do think this is just a planning stage here. It's already happening, but the resolution of this will show in 2022. All right, that's a lot of messages, right? I hope you were able to resonate and follow up. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below it resonated, but didn't. For today, that is it. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. There's a lot of messages, so I'm sorry if it was all around the place. I was just trying to catch on everything that was coming through. But I hope you enjoyed the reading. Feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. But I'll wish you a great day, and I'll be seeing you in my next readings. Bye! Hello, group number 3s. If you chose the rose quartz here, then this is your messages, readings about your love life for the next 5 months until the end of this year. So if you're happening to watch this exactly when I posted, this is technically then in July 2021, then this speaks about your August, September, October, November, and December in this year 2021. If you popped here a bit later, that's fine. You can just see what progress resonated, what didn't from the past, and you can also see what else is yet to come from the month that you're checking this out. But this is meant for this year, yes. Okay, that's being said, we're shuffling camera today. You might notice a little bit of different setting. If you missed the intro, then we're outside in a countryside house right now, and we have like this wonderful, very retro, let's call it, table, and like very outdoors kind of atmosphere. I thought it was relaxing, so let me know what you think about it. I feel like this is kind of relaxing, so if you're into this, we're going to be making more of those videos, because I'm probably here for quite a bit. Anyways, that's been said, let's hop into your reading. And yeah, we're going to have a look into each of the months and your love life for those months. Group number 3. Oof. Group number 3s. Love life in August. Okay. Group number 3s. Love life in September. Oh wow. And group number 3's love life in October. This one. Then what else do we have in November for your love life, group number 3's? Okay, there's too many cards I'm attracted to, so I'm just gonna keep on shuffling. This one. Okay. And December. Group number 3's December. This one, this one, this one. It's incredible, but a lot of you guys have like a lot of changes happen by the end of the year. Must be the stars aligned like this. Okay, let me just rearrange this so you can see everything, hopefully. Okay, and here what do we see so far? well, you're going to be busy. Either way, you're going to be very busy in August, or you're getting a lot of attention in August and you cannot decide who to give a chance to. I feel like for some of you, it could mean that you're going to have a lot of admirers, because we're talking about fire energy and also an element of competition here. This sometimes can talk about the fact that we have a lot of options around us, very various options of people who are interested in us. So it could be that in August you notice that you have a lot of attention. It also could talk about, and I think it talks both, that you're going to be very busy, both with your professional and your romantic life, if you have one by that time, or if you're interested in having one by that time, because it forms next month. But anyways, but you're going to be very busy. I feel like you're going to be very busy in that month. And what else I'm getting here? Yeah, definitely very, very busy. But it also can talk about a lot of admirers at the same time. Then as we head towards September, there's the sun. So something really pleasant happens in September. Perhaps one of those candidates that had an interest in you, you end up choosing them, and there is a very nice positive outcome. You're really happy about this outcome. It could be also that you get some sort of really positive news that's gonna uplift your month. Now, like, to see more about this, we're gonna add more cards, but there is something very positive happening in September, and you're really happy about this because the sun is the most positive card, in my perception at the very least, the most positive card in the deck, the tarot deck. Now we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is about decision making, about clarity of mind. So there, it feels like there's like a very positive season here, and here you have to kind of make maybe even a decision or a choice towards somebody perhaps, and definitely there's changes happening towards the end of the year. Let me add more cards, because since it doesn't talk about sequence, I cannot really see the interconnection yet. It's just specific about each month. So what do we... Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to get you a different deck than the other people. I'm going to get you this one and the other groups. So let's see. August. What do we have in August? Home. What is the sun talking about? Dreams. The Queen of Swords. Okay, I'm getting drawn to this one now. Queen of Swords. What does the Queen of Swords talk about? Okay. Yes, some sort of decision making. I felt strong there. Okay, some more news coming through. Ah, okay, and then we have the adjust possibilities in the back and the yin and yang on the other side. And I'll just keep on adding cards until I feel like that's enough. All right, I want to add from this deck to the death card. Oof, no, wait, this one. Justice. It's quite interesting to have the Justice kind of imagery a couple of times here. Okay. Now I'm attracted to another deck. Alright. Let's see your November a little bit. This one. Okay. And let's see your October. There is a lot of home involvement here. Okay. We get the home twice here. Whew. You know, I don't think I made my life easier by doing this setting. Maybe next time I'm just gonna go by sequence more than each month. But here, it doesn't get into too much information. It's gonna be a mess right now. Okay. So, August. In August, with the Unfinished Symphony, whenever this card comes through, it makes me think about kind of like older connections, or it can talk about a lot of things, but in my case, in this situation here, makes me think about some situation that hasn't resolved yet. So maybe there's lovers that have been trying to get your attention for quite a bit. Maybe there were people who were trying to get your attention for quite a bit. Since it's home, it could be that at your own home either way, you're really busy at your own home, so maybe you're working from home, or basically it means that you're just very busy from your home, or there's a lot of interest, probably even happening throughout the internet quite often, like you get messages perhaps while you're at the comforts of your home. So this attention happens in the comforts of your home. I was trying to connect how is this connected, but I think that's the case, because it's not like you invite all those people inside your home. So it could be that while you're at home, you might get a lot of messages, interests. I do feel like even if you don't know it yet, there are people that are interested in you, and you might get quite a bit of attention there. Now in September, because this August is not very prominent for the love so far, but I do see it resolving a bit later. So in September, something really nice happened. So since we have the dreams card, it makes me think that something that you were dreaming about little, like a dream of yours, might be coming true. It could be about something, mainly about your life in general, not just specifically about your love life. Because in previous pile, we also had the same situation. We were looking into very various aspects of their lives, even though romance was there, and here in your case is also there. But there are also other aspects which were more resonatable and more prominent in that month. So here we have the exchanging gifts and the dreams. So it could be that there is an opportunity happening from somewhere, maybe from this circle even, like maybe this has to do with your hectic environment in your working place, and then there's an opportunity happening for you, and you're finally able to kind of get either closer to your dreams, or you kind of already see, or you're getting your dreams and come true by an opportunity that comes towards you. And most likely it transits from the August situation. So most likely this could be even from this hectic environment. If it doesn't resonate to you with lovers, which I think it's both ways, both attention from a couple of people that are interested in you, but plus also from a hectic environment somewhere in your professional career or your life situation. So from somewhere there is some sort of opportunity happening towards you, and it makes possible for some dreams to happen for you. Now, if I have to connect those months, I do feel like from this very happy opportunity that comes towards you, you're able to make some decisions in October. Oh, wind is coming. And it also shakes the camera. Whoops. Okay, so I do feel like there's some decisions to be made. Now, your romantic life, let me just make it straight. Your romantic life, it feels like it happens in the end of the year. It's really actually interesting because for a lot of the previous groups, it actually kind of looks, well, kind of similar. There's a lot of happening in the end of the year. There's a lot of changes for a lot of you guys happening in the end of the year. So there's a new interest. For some of you, it could be a younger person. Now, that doesn't have to be, but sometimes the page of wands can talk about young lovers. So it could be somebody who's younger, or at the very least younger than the previous love interest that you had, the previous relationships that you had. So it could be a young person younger than the previous people that you dated. And I do feel like there is more communication happening with this person in November, and a very pleasant communication, a very positive communication. I'm just gonna let the wind blow a little bit because it's gonna anyways mess up my audio. Anyways, so in December there's a change happening, and the change is happening in your romantic life. I do feel like you're finally accepting a person into your life. You're finally giving a chance to a person in your life, and it's kind of like makes me feel like it's justified. It's finally the person who you kind of feel it is worth of you. I don't mean to say it in a bad way. Maybe it sounds a little bit kind of, I don't know how it sounds. It depends how you perceive it, but it's supposed to be in a good way. Kind of like somebody who is finally justified, somebody who is finally feels right to you, you know? So I do feel like your feelings are changing. This death card talks about feelings because we have the angel of love here, and I do feel like this refers to you kind of realizing feelings towards somebody who probably could be there, maybe in this situation here, but they definitely show up their affection and attention way more in November. In any case, in November and December, this is where the months where there's some sort of communication happening with this person, and obviously feelings developing by the end of the year. Quite interestingly though, I do feel like your next 3 months, if you're watching this in July, your August, September and October are going to be very full of things. So this is more like romantic love, you know, like very specific energy here, but here is like all around the place. So I do feel like this 5 of Wands could also talk about, in general, that there's going to be a lot of progress happening in your life in total, in general, in August, September, October. And in October, what's worth mentioning is that you're making some sort of decision. It could be some legal decision. Here's the thing. It could be some legal decision for some of you. I'll mention a couple of messages because there is so much information for those 3 months. We have the contract and we have no place like home. So this makes me think a few things. It could be that you're making some decisions that have to do with your home situation. For some of you, the minority, maybe you're planning to move into a new place, perhaps, or you're moving jobs. There could be something that has to do with your or a job that you do from home. So something in your professional environment, most likely, because we have a lot of thinking here and more like collected professional energy, I would say. We don't have pentacles, so I cannot say exactly that it has to do specifically with career. But it could be life decisions too. But you're making a choice. You're kind of like scaling up and choosing something that kind of influences your home. I know it's not too specific, so I'm going to try and see if I can give you some options here. It could be a change of homes. It could be a change of environments. It could be that you're starting to work from home. It could be some sort of legal sort of setting. So by legal, if you change homes, you have to there's contracts involved and stuff like that. If you are, it could be also that you're, now the home situation though, it drags all the way from August. So maybe it's something that you were thinking about in August too. Whew, there's too much information here. I'm really trying hard here. Next time I'm going to do a more specific setting. This was too detailed. Okay, for some of you, it could be that if you are thinking of moving to a new home, you're starting to search in August, and in October it happens, and maybe this happiness has to do with the fact that you found the perfect place. Also, it could refer to your job, like your physical location. Sometimes the job can represent as home, like your second home, basically. And it could be that you're, trying to... There's so many bags. Look at this bag here. Oh my God. Do you see that? You don't see it. It's such a weird bag. I don't even know why I had the desire to show you that, but it's just such a weird bag and it doesn't get out. Ah! Shoo. Come on. This is nature for you. Okay, so in August, I do feel like either way you were trying to find a new job, or you were trying to move places, or you were there was something involving your home, or something like a stable, secure place. And that finished symphony makes me think that you were constantly trying to, looking for it, trying to figure out, trying to find that new place, for instance, or the new job. There's some sort of physical settlement that you were trying to solve, and it was ongoing. And then in September, I feel like you found it. The exchanging gifts, I feel like you found that place. I feel like that perfect job, or the perfect place that you want to move in, or the perfect education, depends on whatever that life situation involves, is happening, and you make it, like you move there, or you make it happen in October, most likely in the beginning of October. So there's a lot of life progress here. In any case, it's more focus about your life progress here in the first 3 months from July 2021. And then last 2 months, once you have I feel like you have calmed down, like you have solved something that you're working on in terms of your life situation, and then you have space for romance, basically, and time for romance to get in. And it does, I feel like this person, it could be a new person, it could be somebody you know, but in any case, they show up in November, and in December there's changes happening, and there is more of a, for some of you. Okay, so there's another message for those who are in a relationship. It could be that this talks about the fact that you already are in a relationship. You're trying to maybe move places or start living together. There's some sort of organization ongoing here, legal matters. And then another change here could be making things more committed. For instance, for a very minority of you, it could be that you're actually, with the Justice card, can also talk about legal matters in terms contracts, marriages. I don't think that's the case for a lot of you, but it could be if you're in a relationship, there's some sort of more physically moving environments, kind of there's a hustle of building the life together here, and here is kind of adapting to this new life, basically. Gosh, that's a lot of information. I'm sorry I'm being all over the place today, but it's also a very unusual setting. Usually I'm doing my readings in a different setting, so maybe that's also got me a little bit. But I hope you're able to pick the messages that resonate for you. There's a lot of information out, honestly. Before we finish off, I'm gonna get you a couple of more cards and see what else can we see here. What else can we see about the love life of group number 3? Well, the codependency, it could be for some of you that actually are, so we have the getting to know each other, love yourself first, and codependency. With the codependency makes me think that if you are in a relationship and you're trying to make things work together, you will. Codependency makes me think about shared responsibilities and stuff like that. So this could be talking like this hassle here could be like trying to arrange your own life together, and then you could just enjoy the bliss and more time together later on, and maybe making things more committed. For others of you, and there's so many messages, gosh, getting to know each other. Now, getting to know each other could talk about the fact that you meet this person way before they come through. So there could be a possibility that you know this person because this came in the beginning when I was shuffling here through. Love yourself first means that you're going to be focusing most likely on yourself before you develop a relationship with that person. Hope that makes sense. Okay, lots of information. And lots of bugs. There's another bug crawling on my cards right now. Gosh. Anyways, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. I know it was all over the place. It's a very unusual setting, I'll be honest with you. But hope you were able to resonate. Hopefully you were able to enjoy this outdoor setting, the birds in the back, the wind occasionally. And yeah, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video to get more of my videos in the future. That really helps. It really motivates me to create more content. But yeah, I wish you a great day, and I'll be seeing you in my next readings. Bye! Hello, group number 4s. If you chose the clear quartz here, then this is a reading about your love life until the end of this year. Now, today we're shuffling camera. Also, you might notice the setting is a bit different, slightly different. That is because we're outdoors. We're doing an outdoors reading now. And let's see how this goes. I'll have to admit there's a lot of distracting areas around when there's like mosquitoes and bugs crawling on you. But we make it work. We make it work. Yeah, today we're shuffling camera and we're gonna have a look into each of the months of your love life. So because love life does tend to happen more strongly in some months and others not, we might actually see your overall life progress in the process of the reading. So let's see how that goes. So without further ado, let's hop in. So group number 4. Oh, okay, we'll just get this one. We'll assume this is for August. September, then October. And now we're gonna look into December. Interesting. Okay, if you are watching this video right now, you probably, right now as in like July 2021, you might already have somebody in your mind or in your life, to be honest. Because it does feel to me like for some of you, this is already happening in a setting of a relationship. Some choices to be made. I'll add more cards because honestly, this idea of setting was really bad because it's getting really, really specific and there's too much information. I'm getting all over the place, so bear with me. So, group number 2. Actually, I'm getting drawn to this one. Group number 2s. Oh my god, group number 4s. Group number 4s. Okay. Interesting. And let's see. Okay, I'm gonna just go one by one and we're gonna look into each of the months. So I do feel like the first 2 months coming in, that's August and September, you're gonna have to make some sort of decision. Some sort of decision of commitment of a sort. So there's the protection here, and the protection makes me think about more like stability, security, and some sort of commitment. And it's underneath the Ten of Cups, which can signify fulfillment or also family building too. And I do feel like regardless if you're thinking about a man or a woman, this person, it talks about your person. I do feel like they're coming with some sort of proposition towards you. And you have to think about it. I feel like this proposition has to do with commitment. So for some of you, you already could be in this relationship, and then there is some sort of proposition happening, some sort of idea, some sort of situation that comes, proposition that comes from them. And then in October, we see some sort of clarity and coming, like this situation kind of unfolding, and there could be a possibility that you're moving to a new place of a sort, because the Eight of Wands can talk about like, you know, connections, fast moving pace connections, like getting together, but also can talk about traveling sometimes in my readings. And with the World here, it makes me think about traveling, because also when I was shuffling this, I think, on the back I saw the World, and on the other side I saw the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords can talk about rejection, or like not rejection of a situation, like not seeing it or not choosing to accept it, which makes me think about the Four of Cups here. And the World makes me think again about the World here and this. So it could be that there's going to be a situation where you will have to relocate yourself to a new place, for instance. And I wouldn't say that it's going to be such a bad decision, because obviously it's going to make your relationship stronger. It's kind of like there's a new beginning that strengthens your relationship. And there is also a lot of prosperity and happy moments, but of course it will require some adaptation, because it's hostilities in the moon of Goddess. The Goddess of Moon makes me think about, like, you know, unfamiliar environment, a situation that is unfamiliar yet. And since it comes after the World and underneath this new energy, the Ace of Cups, it makes me think that this is like just not knowing enough about this place. The hostilities could be that there are going to be some areas, some moments that of course not going to always work perfectly, but at the same time we have the prosperity, which talks this decision is going to be a very beneficial one. Just it will require adjustment, because the hostilities can sometimes talk about the fact the small details that, you know, that need to be kind of resolved, the small things that kind of sometimes we need to resolve. It's just always a temporary energy, and I do feel like it has to do with the fact that there is some sort of adaptation needed for this. So I do feel like some of you could have chosen this deck being already in a relationship, and there is again a lot of messages, so I'm just gonna go with everything. It could be that some of you are having a long distance relationship, or if that's not the case, you're still moving or traveling somewhere with this person. It could be as little as moving together, perhaps, like just a new place. But yeah, for a lot of you, this could be a connection that already started, because I do see that in August it already is ongoing. There is some decisions that need to be made. And with this man holding a coin, this person could have offered you something, and you're going to be thinking about it. I think that it's quite interesting, though. It's really interesting. I'm going to mention you what is the interesting part here. The energies of all the groups, they involve different situations, obviously, but the energies are the same. There's always a decision to be made somewhere in September area, and there's always some sort of change happening in November, December. So I would assume the planets are just aligned like this in the end of in the next 5 months, because a lot of the groups have very similar situations. I mean, situations are different, just similar kind of situation going, but with different whatever, you know what I mean, I guess. Anyways, all right, so I'm making a choice here. There is a new transition. There's just this is going to make your relationship stronger. I do feel like there is something new happening, and that strengthens your relationship in November. And in December, you see the King of Wands is a card about a person, about a situation, perhaps, like just taking responsibility. It's a confidence card. Like you took this responsibility. There is like an element of passion about this new beginning, but at the same time, it might feel like it's a responsible figure. This card talks about responsible figures. It talks about responsibility. So it talks about perhaps adjustments to a new setting that was before not very used to your life, but now it's happening. Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle you this monkeys here and see what else I can see about your situation. Let's see, what else can we see? Oops, this just flipped. Okay, don't get freaked out about this amazing bereavement card. What it talks about is endings. So there is something ending, and also it talks about new beginnings, because if you add 1 and 9, it talks about new beginnings. So something is ending and starting, and we see this again with the Ace of Cups. Something new is happening. But what new? His thoughts. This person of yours, they might have thought of something and they will come forward with it. Yeah, they will come forward with it. We have the pleasant letter. It makes me think about the man holding the coin. They will come forward with a proposition of a sort. Honestly, for a lot of you, it could be a various situation, but what is important to remember is that this is going to make your situation, your relationship stronger. And also it includes prosperity. So it also can talk about, you know, well-being in general. The prosperity doesn't have to be just the coins that you can see here. It can be about an overall prosperous situation. But yeah, in case you want to know what that is, we can have a look into the prosperity card. Well, great happiness. So I guess it just refers to great happiness, in this case, the prosperity. Also in the back we have the sad news, but also the house. What makes me think it could be a relocation for some of you. It's a very specific message, so only take it as it resonates. In any case, for a lot of you, there is some sort of change happening from which your relationship is going to benefit in the end of the year. Now, if you are not in the relationship, because I somehow have been talking here that as if like everyone who chose this pile is in a relationship, it could be that you're not in a relationship, and this could actually be about starting a relationship. So, in case you're not in a relationship, you already know this person, and this person comes with some sort of new realization and proposition. Maybe they share their feelings, maybe they come up with a solution on how to, you know, make this work. And they happen to come with this in the first 3 months. So it shows here it happens in September. It can be different for a lot of you. Obviously, times are pretty tricky. But I do see you starting this relationship with this person already practically in November, December. So that's another really similar message to some of the piles. I don't remember anymore which one it was, but a lot of the piles have very similar energies. So things happen in a different setting, in a different situations, but similar kind of energies, if you know what I mean. So anyways, what else? I'm gonna get you a couple cards here just to see extra information. I am really curious about the man holding a coin. Getting to know each other. Okay, so for some of you, it could be that you're getting to know this person. So they just come with a proposition of, like, you know, feelings, or they just start to share their feelings to you. It's kind of like the season where you get more bonded together of a sort. I don't know. But I think this person is already in your life by the time you start watching this video, at the very least. Trust, and this we also have with the truth here. I feel like trust talks about like understanding their feelings, understanding how faith, true, and time to disconnect from the world, retreat. Yeah, it could be talking about relocation of a sort, even if it's a short one, you know, even if it's just you moving to a new location for just a short while. But there is something that, some sort of relocation or some sort of international setting happening here, traveling potentially, that could make your relationship stronger. For the singles of you, this person comes with their feelings, with their realization, with something, with an offer. In September, October, something like this. October, I think it's already like sort of happening, and your relationship gets stronger by the end of the year. Once again, take it like plus minus, you know, kind of situation with the dates, because you're all individual. You all have your own special situations, and it won't be the same for everyone. But yeah, I don't even know what to tell you anymore, because actually your pile, your group is the only group that has a very specific message about relationship. You have kind of like a development of relationship throughout the entire time. Well, the other groups had a little bit of like life situation to go in, but which you do. There's a relocation here and decision to be made from this person coming through. But yeah, interesting. All right, I think that's all I can see for you. Group number 4. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. Also feel free to like and subscribe. That really helps the channel, really motivates me to create more content for you, more quality content. Also let me know what you feel and think about this outdoor setting, because like there are birds right now singing. I think it's quite relaxing. I mean, I was talking too much, so probably you wouldn't be able to hear the birds that well, but in any case, let me know what you think about the setting. And yeah, hope you enjoy the reading, and I'll be seeing you in the next readings. Bye!